welcome to the Delta Beat. Here are some of the latest headlines from our next issue. Life Oak Coffee House recently opened up its new Bay City location, and collegiate reporter Zach Parfenik was there for the soft opening. Also, Delta College faculty voted to unionize. News editor Michael Povarsky has more on that in print. Now, Joe is ready to tell you about the latest happenings in sports.
What's up, guys? Editor-in-Chief Joe Thornton here, bringing you the latest with sports, and we're going to start with Delta College sports. Looking at the men's basketball team, they're now 10-4 on the season, losing 4 of their last 5, and the women's basketball team is 6-8 as they pick up traction heading into the later part of the season. Check out my latest article talking about giving the big guys some love with NFL offensive and defensive linemen. Back to you guys.
And now it's time for news editor Michael Povarsky to tell us about a very interesting news story. Is it fake? Give us the rundown, Mike.
What's up, guys? Mike Povarsky here, and today I've got for you a pretty amusing fake news story. A 3,000-pound great white shark was just recently discovered in the Great Lakes by a fisherman from Toronto who was on vacation. And can you believe it? They even have a picture of that thing. A shark that was just caught in the Great Lakes. I mean, how can this be possible? A shark cannot adapt to a freshwater environment. Oh, that's right. The source is World Daily News Report, which is kind of like The Onion, a satirical fake news website. Yeah, sometimes you have to check for things like that when you see an outrageous story like a shark in the Great Lakes. Don't be fooled by fake news. That's all the time I have for today. Back to you, Robin.
Alright, a new week means new movies. Now it's time for Zach's Media Minute.
Thanks, Robin. I'm Zach Parfenik, and welcome back to the Media Minute. This week we're talking about Glass, M. Night Shyamalan's newest film, which is both a sequel to his 2000 film Unbreakable and 2016 Split. The film takes place in a psychological institution where all 3 characters from those movies, David Dunn, Kevin Wendell Crumb, and Mr. Glass, are locked up for the delusion that they are real superheroes. The film definitely has some problems, however, the biggest one that I was able to find was that the twist ending that Shyamalan usually likes to pull in this movie is very confusing and unneeded, and it kind of works against the central message and conflict that was in the film. However, I think that there are definitely a lot more positives than negatives. The acting overall is pretty good. Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, and James McAvoy all give convincing performances. McAvoy specifically having to do 23 or around that number different personalities. He does a very good job. And the central ideas and philosophy of the film before the ending calls them into question are very interesting and honestly empowering. The idea that humans can rise above what's expected of them and be kinda superheroes is interesting, and psychologically it does play with that a lot throughout the film. Overall, I'd say the film is a lot more positive than negative. I would recommend seeing it. It's very interesting, especially for a thriller. So those are my thoughts on Glass. Go see it sometime. Back to you, Robin.
Be sure to check out our latest print issue, which hit stands this morning, Tuesday, January 22nd. Once again, I'm your host, Robin Verhage, and you've been watching The Delta Beat.